Hello. So Bookshop.org launched today. A lot of you have been asking me, and I've seen a lot of questions in the various forums we're part of, how you can create some good lists to put onto Bookshop.org. So what I wanted to show you was how you can use some of the information that is in Edelweiss Plus Analytics to get a list from there and quickly upload it. A really quick win, basically. So first thing you'll need to do is open up analytics. So if I just go onto my analytics page, so I'm on my home page at the moment. Where you want to be is in analytics. Now, most of you will have this already if you're contributing your data. If you don't see that there, then contact me and we can activate it for you. We're looking at the moment the top 50 titles in the UK trade in this list here, this top row. The list I wanted to produce was upcoming titles, famously difficult to kind of figure out what to feature and what other people are, what's sort of meta in terms of people are talking about. And this is a really good list. First thing you'll want to do is adjust your lane because bookshop.org likes lists of 50 books. And by default, if we click on this cog here, your number of titles will probably be set to 200. So you can change it down to 50. That just means when you finally export it, you'll only get 50. You won't need to filter out any or anything like that. Now, I've also put a publication date of the 10th. That's because I didn't want to come to tomorrow and find that half the books had been published and they were no longer not yet released. So I'm going to go from the 10th. Oops, I need to log in again. So I'm going to go from the 10th. And at the moment, I've got all 50 showing. The yellow part of this portion are books that I've already got on order, but that's not really relevant for bookshop.org because they're coming straight from Gardeners. We want the whole list. The tiny little green portion, by the way, are the ones we've actually had delivered as well. Now, I could just export this list, and that would be that. That would be a perfectly valid list. But I'm going to go a little bit more refined. So over on the left hand side, you can refine your selection. Now the sort of generic refinements you can make are based on bitcode subjects. And you can see all the bitcodes are in here. And you can drill down into them if you want to. I'm not going to. I'm just going to go, give me a good children's list. Okay, so it's got rid of all the not children's stuff. And there we've got a list of upcoming children's titles that that's other bookshops, are ordering heavily. Okay, unfortunately we've got Peppa Pig in there, sorry about that. I'm joking. So once you've got a list that you're happy with, a selection of books that you're happy with, if we click on view titles in grid, now what you will see is all of the books listed in here, 1 to 50. Okay, so they are in order of most ordered. If we click on this tick at the top here, all of the ticks go orange. Now if we click on other actions, export to file. Now I've already created a custom export that just exports ISBNs, which is all that bookshop.org needs. To do that yourself, you'll need to click on custom exports, create yourself a new export, give it a name. So let's call it just ISBNs, and then a description if you want a description. We don't really need that. So now I can edit this export and I can say, well, probably what you'll have are like other fields in there. Just remove everything out of this middle box apart from EAN. Okay, and now I've figured out from the previous ones that I've done that we don't need a header. And I'm going to share it with my account. These other options should be defaulted already for you. So text and comma. If we save that, and OK that, then that report will then be ready to use. Okay, and then you can select it and then create. And what that's done, now you don't need to open this because it's actually in the right format for bookshop.org already. If I open it, it will show me how a CSV normally is shown, which is the 978E thing. If for some reason you want to open it and then you decide to save it again, you need to make sure you fix the ISBNs by highlighting them all, going to number, taking out the zeros, and then you can save it. Don't save it when it's 978E because you'll lose all the numbers. Okay, I'm not going to save that. So now you need to pop on over to bookshop.org and log in. And now if you click on your little profile icon and go to affiliate profile and lists. So here you've got your setup page. If I scroll down, we've got our book lists. If we click on manage, okay, you can see I've already done a children's pre-order one. I'm going to just get rid of that for now and upload this new list. So I'm going to create a book list and I'm going to call it pre-order children's. Okay. Here, let's put a little description. This is a list of the 50 most ordered children's titles that are not yet if I could type, published, but are available for pre-order. Okay, so now I need to add the books. So we've got upload CSV. Now you can just paste in ISBN straight into this, add book, add book, add book. You'd have to do it 50 times. Upload CSV. Go to your downloads folder, which should be where that export we've just done from Edelweiss will be hanging out. Click on the latest order export file. Mine's 12, but yours won't be. It'll be a different number. But just make sure you get the latest one. If you're not sure what one's the latest one, if you click on this little arrow here and go to details, you can then sort by date modified. So there you can see I've got one at 5:20. I can just double click that. And now if I click save, so if I scroll down, there you can see all the books have been added into my list. I think there was one that it couldn't find, and it did that last time I uploaded one. I think it's just not on their bibliographic database yet, but that's fine. That just means I've got 49 on there. So I've saved that. And that's it. If I go to view my shop, so profile, view my shop, there we have down here pre-order children's, and this is a lovely list. So that is one very quick and simple way to do that. Now you can play about with this all you like. So I did pre-ordering. If we collapse this list, maybe you want your best-selling titles. You can do that from here as well. Or maybe you want your worst-selling titles. No, you wouldn't want that. If I click on the green portion of my stock analysis, that is going to give me my best-selling titles. If I view that in a grid, what I can then do is look at, and I can sort these by my sales, but this is, remember, you can sort by your sales, or I could sort by universal sales. So even though this is my good, fresh titles, I might want to look at the whole world of sales. Let's just click that here. Okay. Now, because I've gone into this selection, there's 1,000 books in there. If I just want to show 50, now what I can do is click on the tick, click on there, export to file, adjust ISBN, create, and there I've got my my best-selling titles in a list as well. It could be, now you can go a lot more into the BIC stuff if you want to. So for instance, you might want a graphic novels. That's always one I love to do, actually. In fact, no, I've got graphic novels. I'm going to do biography, and I might want true stories. Okay, so I've selected true stories now. We can ignore this selection because that's my stock. So let's just make sure that that picks that up. Okay, so this is a list of things that have been flagged in the BIC category of true stories. Oh, I've also got children's selected as well. You have to remember to take off the other selection. So there we go. There's a much better list. Okay, so I'm going to do view titles in grid. I'm going to tick my top 50. I'm going to other actions, export to file, just ISBNs, custom export. Oh, sorry, not custom export, create. And there's my list down there. So I am going to go to my profile. I'm going to go to my lists. I'm going to go to manage. I'm going to create a new list. I'm going to call this one True Stories. I am going to go with upload CSV. It's already in my downloads folder. Select the top option, open, save. Okay, now I'm not going to bother with a paragraph or anything like that. There they all are. Okay, and now if I go into my profile and view my shop, there it is, as simple as that. As you can see, there is True Stories down at the bottom. Now, these aren't titles we'd ever stock. Most of these, we have very few True Stories, but it's a great way of sort of featuring them on your bookshop.org selection. And you can just carry on doing more and more lists like that if you want to. So yeah, that was what I wanted to show you. What I'm also going to show you is some other ways that Edelweiss integrates with bookshop.org. Now, I'm not going to do that now. We'll do a separate video for that. This should be enough to get you started for those who were looking at ways of finding lists of good books. Now, obviously, the best lists are the ones that are personalised to your shop, which is why I showed you that one about the best-selling books that we've got. So you can, like I say, do all of that in here as well. So I hope that's been useful. Give me a shout if you've got any questions. You know how to contact me through Bookseller Network or just on the email or on the comments below. And yeah, look forward to seeing how successful this will all be. Thank you very much. Cheers.